Huh? What's the reason? Yeah. No, I'm going downstairs and show the show to you. There's a friend in the glass hall, but I'm sure you.
Too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. A little stronger now. A little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized, now the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. You make me move. You make me move. You make me move.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head. Then I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It's officially 3:02 and this meeting is called to order. So just going to ask Ravel to come on and pray for the meeting. Rav? Ravel. I hope everybody is hearing me.
Hi, Cash.
Hi, Ravel.
What are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad at all. You?
Yeah, I'm good to know. We ready?
Yeah,
You did the start already?
I did. You guys weren't here? You weren't hearing me?
All right. I just got audio a while ago. I was having
Okay,
some technical difficulties.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Alright. So just what's up prayer
So,
for us, please?
all right, we'll do. All right. So, most righteous and heavenly Father, Lord God, we are thankful for life. We're thankful for another day. We're thankful for your grace and your mercies towards us. As we are about to begin another meeting, I pray that this meeting will be one of success. I pray that the speaker that will be sharing with us today will share that which we will benefit from and will be able to practically employ in our lives. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this another day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ravel. So, welcome back, guys, to another meeting. We're happy to see you here. And right now, I just want to say thank you for everybody who supported Rosado. We had a big support, and we're very grateful that you guys came out and you had your vibe. Everybody was just having fun, and that's what that's the purpose of it. And of course, we want to say thank you to everybody who donated because it was for a cause. It was for breast cancer month, and we're happy that FMA could provide a medium to donate for such a worthy cause. So at this time, we're going to ask Alison. Alison, where are you at, darling?
I'm right
Hi.
here.
Where we are at.
Okay, so we're going to do some brain teasers. The first one is, what tire doesn't move when a car turns right? Nobody? No, I'm not seeing the answer. Robert? Yes, Robert got it correctly. So the other one is, I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? Who said rare? Right here. Nobody? That's an easy one. I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? Hmm. Yes, Candle. Vanessa got it. Vanessa got it right. So I can't be bought, but I can be stolen with a glance. I'm worthless to one, but priceless to two. What am I? Who said old man? So let me repeat it. I can't be bought, but I can be stolen with a glance. I'm worthless to one, but I'm priceless to two. What am I? Yes, Robert and Shiley's got it. Yes, it's love. Turn me on my side, and I am everything. Cut me in half, and I am nothing. What am I? Let me repeat it. Turn me on my side, and I am everything. Cut me in half, and I am nothing. What am I? No, you're not a candle. Yes, it is correct. A man stands on one side of a river. His dog is on the other. The man calls his dog, who immediately crosses the river without getting wet and without using a bridge or a boat. How did the dog do it? Who's the idiot? This name? No. These are simple, 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 simple ones. I'm gonna repeat it. A man stands on one side of a river, his dog on the other side. The man calls his dog, who immediately crosses the river without getting wet and without using a bridge or boat. How did the dog do it? No, he didn't walk around. The dog didn't fly either. Yes, the river is frozen. So the other one is before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? What you should say it was frozen, Abigail. All right, Abigail. Let me repeat the other one. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? Yes, Robert, it's Mount Everest. It's still Mount Everest. It just was discovered. This one is easy, easy, easy. Everybody's supposed to get this one. Which is heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of rocks? Bright sparks, I'm not answer it. Right, the way we the same. Again, Mr. Robert and Charlie gonna answer the question them yet. We didn't know. Them are sparks. A farmer has 17 sheep and all but 9 die. How many are left? My God. Yes, Tavoy. See there, Tavoy and Abigail getting it correct now. I speak without mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? Let me read that one again. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? Yes, it's echo. No, it's not breeze, it's echo. Echo is the answer. Okay, you guys got this answer already, but it's in a different context now. You measure my life in hours, and I serve you by expiring. I'm quick when I'm thin, and slow when I'm fat. The wind is my enemy. What am I? Hmm. Nobody know come with the answer yet? Easy, easy one this. Let me read it again. You measure my life in hours, and I serve you by expiring. I'm quick when I'm thin and slow when I'm fat. The wind is my enemy. Yes, Vanessa, it's a candle. Okay, so now we're going to take a short little break to give away some credit. Who wants credit now? You all have been thinking, so it's time to give you all some credit. Very poetic. Okay. So the giveaway is the first person. The giveaway is the first person who can download any of Digicel's two apps, but it cannot be My Digital app and it cannot be BIP. You have to show me when you're about to do the download, and you have to screenshot it again when you have downloaded the two apps. So the instructions are simple. You're going to download two of Digital apps, not the My Digital app and not BIP. You have to screenshot it when you're about to download it, and after you've downloaded it, you send the screenshot in the group. So the first person, so you're going to send me two set of screenshots. Tavo stated two apps you can download. So come on. Let the first person who downloads it win. So in the meantime, we're going to get back to business. Okay, so the other one is I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? I'm still waiting for the screenshots. Oh my gosh. Your phone memory full. Don't worry, we have a lot more giveaways. Okay, let me repeat it. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? No, it's not pipe. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? Yes, it's a map. What is seen in the middle of March and April that can't be seen at the beginning or end of either month? This is easy, easy. Yes, map is the answer. I thought these were difficult, but sparks there. I'm still waiting for the screenshots. Okay, so we have a winner. There we have a winner. You can't get the credits if you've already downloaded the app from Okay, so let's this one is for everyone who is good in English. This is easy for them. What English word has three consecutive double letters? Let me repeat that one. What English word has three consecutive double letters? Mississippi is not the word I'm looking for. So try again, please. This one of you guys thinking. Easy, easy. Nobody got it? Repeat it. What English word has three consecutive double letters? Let me give you all a hint. It starts with B. I gave you an additional hint. It starts with B. What English word has three consecutive double letters? Yes, bookkeeping or bookkeeper. Either one. That's the answer I was looking for. See, I got y'all to think a little, do a little more research. Okay, this one is easy. You don't have to do much thinking for this one. What disappears as soon as you say its name? Who said who said mop? Let me repeat it. What disappears as soon as you say its name? Oh my gosh. Stop it. Y'all stop it. Oh my gosh. Yes, silence is the answer. At least silence was the answer I was looking for, but I sure got some other answers. You break silence the moment you talk. Okay, so the next one is how many letters are in alphabet? I'm going to repeat that one. How many letters are in alphabet? I'm seeing the answer, I'm just not seeing it on YouTube. How many letters are in the alphabet? My bad. The alphabet. How many letters are in the alphabet? So I'm going to repeat. How many letters are in the alphabet? I haven't seen the answer as yet. How many letters are in the alphabet? Yes, Ralisha got it. 11. The alphabet. The and alphabet? Yes, Ralisha got it. Okay, so people buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? I'm not seeing the answer for this one. People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? No, 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 it's not utensils. I am be more specific, please. The answer, I cannot tell you what it starts with. Yes, Rolisha got it. Plates. Okay, so the other one is we kill and we give life. We are either poison or fruit. You choose. What are they? So we kill and we give life. We are either poison or fruit. You choose. This is the last one, a very easy one. Very, very easy one. You see how the last one is easy? I'm going to repeat it. We kill and give life. We're either poison or fruit. You choose. What are we? This one is quite easy. Why am I not seeing the answer as yet? So the answer for this one is words. And thank you everyone for participating. Look out for more credit giveaways in the group.
All right, so hi guys, this is Marisol Blake. So want to see me? It's time for the introduction of our guest speaker for today. All right, Catherine Goodall is a connector of brands, businesses, and people. She is the female leader who holds her strength and power under control. She was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, and with a heart big for people, she journeyed to the prestigious Broward College in the early 2000s to study the arts. By 2007, she earned her bachelor's in sociology and anthropology in the USA at Florida International University. Now, with a master's in business administration and a certified John Maxwell coach and speaker, she blends her knowledge to inspire people and grow businesses. Catherine is a female powerhouse at work. She addresses her staff as boss, a term of endearment she uses affectionately towards her team. She has built distribution powerhouses for Pepsi, Lasco, and now Caribbean Producers Jamaica Limited. She was also the mastermind behind the marketing of the Pepsi Bubbler Ocean Spray and Tropicana brands for the Caribbean and Latin America. She received the Governor General Achievement Award for Leadership and Nation Building. Her work at Food for the Poor delivered housing to displaced individuals and schools and health centers in communities across the island. Catherine's belief in the cause of UN Women for equal rights and opportunities for women led to her influence for over 300 signatories toward the win-win campaigns. She is the co-founder of Redefined Business Services Limited, the Emerge Trio Unlocking Leadership and Personal Potential, and also co-founder of KYC Limited, a communications and marketing agencies. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Catherine.
That was a lot. Hi, Marisol. How are you? Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
I'm okay.
So, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you guys today, and I got a chance to actually watch. So, I'm happy to be here. I know poor Marisol has been trying for quite some time. So, you've asked me to talk about networking today, right? Well, especially now in a virtual space. So, I will do my best. Just so you know, the only thing I'm seeing now is a private chat. I'm not actually seeing the comments, okay? All right. So everybody, networking for me is really about connecting. I had myself situated and yeah. Networking for me is really just about connecting. And so I just wanted to share a few tips that has helped me in the past. Some of it might not be fully virtual, but it still is applicable because we don't exist in a virtual world. Yes, we do meet differently now, and we do have different experiences now. We're a lot more present in a virtual space, but we still exist in the real world, and we still get to see each other, and we still get to connect with each other, right? So there's a direct correlation between the achievement and the ability to care for and connect with people, right? And so that is why networking for me is all about connection, because the reality is that if we want to talk about networking and we want to create networks, we want it to be meaningful networking, right? Not just meeting somebody in passing. You want to be able to capitalize on or benefit from these relationships, right? So it's not just meeting somebody in passing. You want to be able to actually make a connection with these people.
The Harvard Business Review said that the number one criteria for advancement and promotion for professionals is an ability to communicate effectively. And that is really what networking is about, right? So why do we want to learn to connect with people? We want to be able to increase our influence. Connecting inspires trust. It inspires, it motivates people. It helps you to stay at top of mind of the people that you are trying to connect with, right? And by doing that, by actually being top of mind and making a connection with people, you can now benefit from these types of relationships, right? I think it's very important for us to also understand that networking and connecting is really about the other person. It's not about you. So all relationships should be mutually beneficial, right? And in order for a relationship to be mutually beneficial, we have to be able to understand how the other person is going to benefit from the relationship just as much as we are. So we have to shift our thinking from ourselves and what we want to get out of the relationship to what can we offer to this relationship? What can we offer to these people that we want to connect with, right? So we concentrate on what we can give and not so much what we can get. Connecting also goes beyond words. So nothing happens outwardly until it happens inside of us. So until we can possess the confidence and the ability to be able to add value, then there's no way that we're going to be able to extract value from other people. Because if we keep knocking on a door, trying to connect with people that we are not adding value to, then we're never going to be able to extract value from those people, right? And connecting also is going to require a lot of our energy because it takes effort, especially now in a virtual space, right? So we have to learn to be relational. And sometimes that includes or involves us being prepared, right? When Marisol reached out to me, I'm sure she had to do her research on who I was and what value I could add to you guys, right? Before she decided to be bold enough to ask me. So she had to do some level of research because she had to know that, one, I was even equipped to speak to you, right? So it takes some level of research. So how do we now actually put this into practice? So in a virtual space, the first thing we want to do is to look at ourselves. What are we portraying on our profiles? What are we putting out there? Because guess what? If you call anybody, if you're looking for a job interview, if you send somebody a message, if you're trying to connect with anybody, the first thing you're going to do is look at your page, your profile in whatever space it is that you've reached out to them on. So of course, the first thing I did was look at Marisol's page. Right? And then I went to go and look at UFMA to see what you guys have been up to. And then if I did a Google search on UFMA or on Marisol or on Ravel or anybody else, what am I going to find? Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that whoever it is that I'm speaking to, one, are people that are going to be upstanding, are people that are reputable, are people that are not going to be wasting my time, right? And so what does your profile say about you? And we need to think about how we are now representing ourselves in a digital space. So connectors are here to inspire people. We communicate through our actions, our character, our credibility, and our convictions, right? So are we passionate about the things that we're doing? So if Marisol came to me and said, Catherine, I want you to come and speak to UFMA about networking. And I go to UFMA page and I don't see nothing happening on there. And it's a bunch of party pictures and it is a bunch of, or nothing at all. Am I going to be motivated to want to say yes? Absolutely not. But when I come on the UFMA page and I see all this activity that is going on and every week you guys are getting together and every week you're connecting and doing something, then at some point I must stop and say, all right, these kids are serious, right? And I will tell you this, by extension, the network of you being connected to the University of Technology is also a plus in your favor. And when I posted the flyer, I said it. I said, for me, UTECH marketing can ask me for almost anything because my experience over the past 10 years, I would say, I've been involved with UTECH marketing at some level or the other.
it has been a breath of fresh air for me. There are several people that I have helped to find jobs out of UTECH, that I have even employed out of UTECH, because for me, I believe that UTECH spends a lot of time focusing on practical experience and not just theory. I'm very familiar with a lot of the teachers in the marketing department at UTECH, so I know that you're coming from good stock. So the first place I would tell you to start before we go back to virtual is start in the space that you're accustomed to. You see, teachers, they're invaluable. So what is the mark that you're leaving on them? I called Dr. Devian Spence Minot yesterday to ask her for referrals, because I'm looking to hire some people. And off the top of her head, she gave me 4 people. Now, the question is, are any of your teachers going to reel your names off the top of their head if I call them and ask them to refer somebody for a job? So the first thing that you want to think about before you focus on online is, what am I presenting in the space that I exist in now? Am I presenting excellence? How do I carry myself? How do I communicate? Am I somebody that has integrity? If I say I'm going to do something, am I going to get it done? I mean, UTECH has your marketing seminar every year. I know this year is a little bit different. But you have so many opportunities to excel and to shine. Are you capitalizing on those opportunities? And then now let's translate that to a digital space. So in my digital space, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, if you're looking for a job, LinkedIn is definitely where you need to be. What am I projecting? But guess what? Do not be fooled. Employers are not only looking on LinkedIn to figure out who you are and what you represent. They are going to go to your personal pages. They're going to go to Instagram. They're going to go to Facebook. All of you who have Snapchat and all of these other million platforms, YouTube for many of, a lot of people now are vloggers. What are you representing on all of these platforms? Because guess what? Anything that you put on a digital platform is Googleable, right? Whether you think so or not. If somebody screenshot a picture of you, if somebody send a text message to somebody else, you don't know what's out there. So be careful what you are releasing into the atmosphere, because it will come back, right? Especially in a digital age. So you want to always make sure that your profiles and your platforms are a true representation of who you are. Make sure that you don't care who is on your page. You're not ashamed of anything that is going to be there, right? So if an employer comes, if your parents come, if your grandparents come, there should be nothing that they're not allowed to see or that you would feel uncomfortable with them seeing. It's okay for you to be out at a party. It's okay for you to be enjoying yourself. But what are you representing in that situation, right? It can be that half of you is hanging out, because that's not an image that you really want your employers or your clients to interact with, right? So these are the things that you have to be mindful of from early. What's the character that people are seeing, right? Being credible, like I say, mean what you say and say what you mean. That is true for all spaces, digital or otherwise. Your integrity is something that is going to carry you straight through life, right? Live what you communicate, walk the walk. Make sure that your values and your actions are aligned. And you have to be consistent. So if you're putting yourself out there virtually, right? If I decide that I want to write a blog for people to get to know who I am, you need to be consistent. That means you need to post at least once a week or once a month, whatever the schedule is that you've put on yourself. If you decide that you're going to create a presence for yourself online, treat it like a business. You are a business. You have to, all of you are doing marketing. How are you marketing yourself, right? So you need to think about all of those things. If I am marketing myself, what are the things that I want people to see about me? So if I am doing a search online to find a marketing associate, if I come to your page, am I going to see anything about marketing on there? I interviewed a young lady this week and I said to her, tell me which on social media right now, which brands are your favorites? And she said to me, can it be political? Sure, it can be political. She gave me 2 political candidates, right? So I said, okay, tell me a product that you consume or a product that you enjoy following. Oh, well, I don't like to follow brands because I don't want a bunch of people on my pages and private. And I was like, okay, but your page being private has nothing to do with who you're following. If you're interested in marketing, then people need to know that you're interested in marketing. You need to be abreast of what is going on. Show that these are the things that you're interested in. And it doesn't have to be about you. You know, I go through people's pages all the time because I'm always looking for new talent, and people are always calling me to hire people. And again, social media is easy, right? So that's the first place that people look. So it's not like when you go to a corporate company now and you go through the process of a background check. The first step in a background check is to look at your digital space. So what are you representing? What are you portraying online? Now you have to be strategic, right? Who are the people that you're trying to target? If you're looking for a job, what kind of job do you want? What space do you want to work in? Is it the financial industry? Is it fast-moving consumer goods? Is it fashion? Is it music? Is it, whatever it is? Think about which platforms those people are on mostly. So LinkedIn, first of all, is definitely the place for professional profile. That is where you get to write articles about marketing. And now is the time for you to be creative. Write your opinion. You can read an article, repost it, and write your thoughts on that article so that people can start to see the way that you think, right? So all of these things you think are not networking, but you never know who is paying attention to what you're doing. So you have to put yourself out there in a real way so that people will be able to see who you are. Now, what are you doing to stand out in that very crowded space of digital? What are you doing to stand out? So what does your profile look like? How are you engaging with people online? So again, if you see somebody that works at a company that you want to work at, for example, Digicel now has this small business mastermind platform that they have. And Richard Pandui, who is the head of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, and also the CEO or managing director for separate group of companies, which is a huge company in Jamaica, just did a masterclass with Digicel. Have you watched that masterclass? If you have watched that masterclass, then you should be commenting on Digicel's page. You should be commenting on Richard's profile. You should be commenting on JMEA, commenting all across the board about things that were meaningful to you, but make sure you're adding value in your commentary. Don't just comment for the sake of taking up space. Say something meaningful that's going to catch people's attention, right? Think about how you are going to be adding value to those spaces. So if you're going to comment on Digicel's page, what value are you going to add to the commentary? And it's not about criticizing anything that they're doing. And you know what? If you see something that they could have done better, you can send a message to somebody at Digicel, whether it's Nasha, who is the head of marketing at Digicel, to say it was a great masterclass. I learned so much from it. What are you guys? Gen X? Gen Z? That's what you're?
Sure.
Right. So and listen, you guys are important, because you are the next generation. So all brands are catering to you now. So as somebody that is a representative of Gen Z, these are some things that I think that you could do to enhance the masterclass. And guess what? I promise you it will catch their attention, because you're not only giving them great feedback that's going to be useful to them, but you're now leaving a mark on them to say, wow, this person took the initiative to not only pay attention, but to give feedback, constructive feedback that will add value to us, right?
And they're being more practical as well, being that you're reaching out to them and say, hey, I saw this, I think I can improve it, and you show it to them. You're being practical.
So think about how you can add value in the space that you're in, right? Now, how do we connect? So connection is really more about skill than talent. So some people are born with a natural talent for people. I believe I am one of those people. I was born, I love people. My first degree is actually in sociology. So I love to study people, right? I would tell you to study the great communicators. People that you think are great communicators. I mean, Oprah is an excellent communicator, right? You have people like a Brené Brown. think about people that Barack Obama, he is a master communicator, right? And study them. Look at how they interact with other people. Think about, just look at their engagement, right? Because now is the time that you actually get to create a presence for yourself in a digital space by pulling people to you without you having to reach out to them, just by the presence that you're creating for yourself, right? Connecting with people is also about, like I said earlier, doing the research. What are they interested in? So I'm sure if Marisol didn't realize that I was actually interested in marketing, she never would have reached out to me at all, right? And I'm sure there's other things that she probably has noticed that I'm interested in. So if you're coming to somebody to connect with them, you want to be able to meet them at a place of common ground, right? So what are some, and don't bother try pretend that you're interested in something that they're interested in if you really don't know nothing about it, because you need to also be authentic, right? So if you're reaching out to somebody, whether it's for a job, for mentorship, for guidance or advice in any way, shape or form, you have to show the person that you are vested, that you are interested, and why it is you're interested, and what the value is that you're trying to extract. I tell people all the time when they come and they ask me to be their mentor, the first question I ask them is why? What is it that you want from me? What are you hoping to get from me? Because the reality is that as much as you need to know what value you're adding to that person or to that space, you also need to be very clear on what value you're trying to extract. So if somebody came to me and asked me to do something for them, especially a stranger, I would have to understand why it is that they're coming to me, first of all, and what their intentions are. So make sure that your intentions are clear and they're coming from a good place, right? And it's not just because I'm trying to be selfish and I just want to take from this relationship. How are others going to benefit from it? And it could just be that I'm extracting value from you so that I can now go and share the value that you're giving me with other people, right? You want to also be able to create an experience for people when they interact with you. Make it memorable. And I said it before. So how am I now going to leave a mark on you when I meet you? Marisol has left an indelible mark on my mind because she's persistent. And not only she's persistent, but she's very mannerly. She's a great communicator. I mean, I never had to ask her for anything throughout this process, and we've been communicating for about a month. Right? And I never met Marisol before, but she was very clear on what she wanted from me. She was very clear on why she wanted me to do it. And guess what? Marisol, when she asked me to speak with you guys, every week I had something to do. And every week I told her no. Every week she found her replacement. And every time she asked me the same topic she wanted me to talk about. She wasn't asking me this week to talk about this, next week to talk about something else, because she was clear on what she wanted me to speak about. So she wasn't just trying to find somebody to talk about it. She knew exactly who she wanted to talk about the topics that she wanted it to talk about. So be clear, guys. Create that experience that will connect with people, that's going to be memorable, and make it a good memory. Because trust me when I tell you, the bad things people remember, they stick. So make sure it's a good memory, right? And some of those connections could be, again, through your platform. So if I go to your page, when I went to Marisol's page, Marisol have like 4 pictures on her Instagram, right? But what it gave me a chance to do was to show me that from high school, she's a young lady of purpose. From high school, she's a young lady that knew who she was and she was moving in a particular direction. And from 4 pictures, just from reading her captions, I could see that, right? I looked at Ravel's page. I looked at, there's another young man. I cannot pronounce his name right now because I will butcher it. I don't remember it fully. And then when I looked at their pages and saw how passionate they are just about UFMA, then it made me get excited about coming here today, right? And we want to keep it simple, right? Know who your target demographic is in all things. Who you're communicating to on your page, who you're reaching out to. Make sure that whatever it is that you're offering, there is a representation of it on your page. So if it is, all of you are doing marketing, right? I assume. I would tell you to focus on which area of marketing or marketing interests you at some point, or else you wouldn't be a part of this organization, even if marketing is not what you're doing, right? And guess what? Regardless of what area of business you're in, marketing is a major part of that business because you have to sell yourself, right? The purpose of marketing is to drive sales. So whether that is yourself that you're selling or a product or anything else, it's still the end result is the same. Sales, if it's a service, whatever it is. And so you have to put your best foot forward at all times, right? So you are a brand. What is the brand that you are selling and what is the brand that you're representing? That brand has to be consistent across the board on all platforms. So I can't on LinkedIn see you, in with your nice headshot looking professional, but then on Instagram, pure dash out picture going come there, come see half naked this, half naked that, especially in certain professions. That's not acceptable, right? You don't want to know that if you're a teacher, your student is going to be able to look at you and see you half naked online. You don't want to know that if you're a lawyer that has clients that you're representing, or an accountant or anything else, that when they see you on the road, they're not going to take it seriously anymore. I know lawyers that have lost their clients just because of a carnival encounter. And again, I'm not telling you not to enjoy yourselves. I'm telling you to be responsible and make intentional decisions about what you're doing. You can do anything that you want as long as you are prepared to live with the consequences of those actions, right? All right. So we have to be authentic. And I said it before. People can spot fake a million miles away. Authenticity is important. So if you're approaching somebody, don't approach them with a term that I love to use is confident humility, right? You have to be bold, but at the same time, be humble. Humility goes a very long way. And I'm not telling anybody to dim their shine because your shine is what separates you from everybody else. But make sure that it is a shine that you have the backative for, right? You can back up the chat when you have it. Okay? So when you're online, again, it goes back to how am I relating to people? So if you're sending somebody a message in their DM, or if you're commenting on somebody's page, make sure that you're respectful. Make sure that you're connecting in a way that is relatable to that person, right? Make sure that the person realizes that if you're coming to them with a request, you've done your research, okay? You want to always be pleasant and warm. I always say, smile. A smile goes a very, very long way. If somebody is miserable, a smile can disarm them. So you want to always, what them say, you catch more bees with honey, right? So if you're approaching a complete stranger, and of course, in a digital age, it is so much easier to just be able to send somebody a DM, right? And a lot of us have our contact information on our pages. So whether it's via email or even a phone number that you contact people by, make sure that you know what you are going to say to them, because you only have one chance to make a good first impression, right? First impressions are lasting. So don't message somebody and just say, hey, right? Or hello. Worse if it's somebody that you don't know. If you're messaging them for a reason, be clear on what that reason is and articulate it the first time. Don't message anybody and be asking them for sponsorship though, right? Do not DM people and ask them for sponsorship because it doesn't go down well at all, right? People's personal space, social media is your personal space, as public as it is. So people still, it's almost even more personal for some than taking up the phone, right? Because that's for some people, that's their space that they get to interact with their friends. But the people that are social media influencers, that's a space where they just want to be able to engage with people, and it's not necessarily about work. So be very careful the types of requests that you extend in that space, right? So you can always introduce yourself and say to them, you would like to send a sponsorship request. What's the best platform or the best medium to send that? And I'm sure you'll get an email address or something to follow. Do not bombard people in their personal space with sponsorship requests, right? And guys, this is a sidebar. For a lot of you that send sponsorship requests, be always mindful of what you are doing, because a lot of you copy and paste and change the names of is sending my competitor a sponsorship request. So the devil is in the details, right? If you are sending the same message to 10 people online, read it over and make sure that you're sending the right message to the right person, right? Again, it goes back to authenticity. I'm not telling you to write okay? This is also very important when in an online space. Be open to new things. Be open to looking at things from a new perspective. So we live in a digital age and everything is at our fingertips. Everything is Googleable, right? So if you are trying to connect with somebody, then again, it goes back to doing your research. It goes back to understanding what are the things that interest these people that you're reaching out to. What are some of the things that they're interested in that you might not be interested in? Do some research about it, because guess what? It could be something new that you've developed. I met with a client today who sorry, it's hot. I met with a client today who lives and breathes football, right? Now, I love football. Football is one of my favorite sports, but I like to watch football live. I don't sit down and watch Premier League and all of these things. I love football, but I like to watch it live. I'm not going to watch it on TV. And when I met with my client today, he kept talking to me about all these football players. And I'm just like, I am not even going to pretend to know what you're saying, right? And guess what? Him can't kill me for that. Suppose I pretended that I knew who these people were that he was talking about, and then him start to talk more about them and lead into other questions. Oh, thank you, April. Then it would have gotten me into a place where he would say, okay, or I would have thought that maybe I'm not as authentic as I pretend to be, because I'm here pretending that I know these football players when I don't know jack about any of them, right? So again, spend the time to really do your research and care about the people that you want to engage with, right? I would also say, look at the network and see if there's somebody that is connected to that person that you might know. It could be a teacher. It could be another one of your classmates. It could be your parents or your parents' friends. Spend the time. Now you can see who is friends with who. You can look at their network to see who is connected to them. And maybe it's easier for you to reach out to that person to get connected with them, right? Or you say, Marisol sends me a message and she's like, hi, Catherine, I got your contact information, or you are recommended to me by April, and so I'm reaching out to you now. And at least that's now something that connects me and Marisol, because she knows that I know April, right? So find that common ground. Now, looking at things from a new perspective, I want to go back to that for a little bit, because you talk about products or services that you're offering. You are a service and you are a product, right? What are different ways that you can pitch yourself without a hard sell? So what are some of the things that you can do now to create your brand presence, right? Because again, goes back to, what do I have to offer? What am I a representation of? What am I portraying out there? And I think in our digital space, that is what is going to get you the most attention, regardless of how many people you reach out to. If all of you guys sent me a message on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and I decided to take the time to go through all of your platforms, which platforms are going to stand out to me that are going to leave a mark on my brain to say, all right, let me engage with this person. So what are you doing to put yourself out there? What are you doing to say that I am ambitious? What are you doing to say that I'm good at what I do? What are you doing to say these are the things that I am interested in? A young man who is an engineer reached out to one of my clients and said he wants to do cinematography for his car, right? He has a Lamborghini. And that made me stop to say, why is an engineer asking to shoot a video of a car? And you know what his response was? I do cinematography to make money from it so that I can help to pay my school fee. Now, you don't think that I am going to move mountains for him to be able to do the cinematography on that car? And what did that lead to? Send me a portfolio since you do your videos, and I will look at your videos because I must be able to hire you and give you more work with some of my other clients. See? And he's an engineer. What does video have to do with anything engineering? So start to think about things from a different perspective. What are your skill sets that are going to separate you? Even if marketing is, or law or accounting or whatever teaching is your primary focus, especially now in a time when we have COVID and things are not operating the way that they were before. How are you now making noise in that digital space? How are you now using this digital platform to generate business in other areas, right? These are things that help you to stand out because it shows that you are proactive. It shows that you are ambitious. It shows that you are thinking outside of the box. Now, when somebody comes to me with a resume, the first thing that I look at is, what does your work experience look like? You see, if I see that all you're doing is going to school, I don't care what your area of study is or how much honors you get, me not touch you with a 10-foot pole. Why? Because it shows me that as studious as you are, which is a great thing, you're not trying to get experience in your areas of interest or in any area at all. So I don't know if you guys know a club organization called UCA, University and College Ambassadors. All right. So UCA, I have been around basically from inception, and I've hired UCA for many things. Why? There are people in UCA that their degrees are in psychology, they're in engineering, architecture, but they are busy doing jobs in a million different areas that have nothing to do with their area of study. But what does it help to do? It helps to expand the way that you think about things. It helps to expand your network because now you're meeting people in fields that you never thought you would have. Because, you know, sometimes people work in an engineering firm and they only know people within that space, whether it's architecture, engineering, or whatever, right? No, you want to expand your network. You want to start volunteering. Yes, April said it. Volunteer service helps to stand out well. Volunteering helps you, and volunteering in a digital space could be that you're offering to tutor people. You don't know whose child you could end up tutoring. You could help to create, you know, if you are good at writing, then you could offer to help people with writing captions for different things. You could help to start writing a blog to show off your writing skills. Write about anything under the sun, right? From how beautiful the sky is today to the heavy rains that were falling yesterday. But once you start to show the diversity and the width, your bandwidth, people start to pay attention, right? And you now start to see things from a different perspective. So if law is what you're studying, now you start to look at marketing. You come into UFMA and you start to be exposed to different people. You start to be exposed to different experiences. Likewise, you know, April said it again, volunteering could be calling Blue Dot, who does surveys every day of life, to say, I want to give up my time to help you do some surveys. You know what you can learn from a survey? Just from interacting with people, you understand the way that people think, which helps you to understand who your target demographic is. So start to think about things from a different perspective, right? Something else that's very important is listening. And in a digital platform, listening, I guess, would be in a different way, would be start to pay attention. There's so much that you can learn from other people just by paying attention to what they're doing or what they're saying. In a digital age now, you have everybody online, and people are offering free classes. People are offering free webinars. People are offering free everything, certifications. Pay attention to what's going on around you and capitalize on those opportunities. When you take those classes or those webinars, you don't know who you're going to be able to connect with in that space. You have CEOs that are doing these classes with you. Somebody that is going to do a Google certification right now could be the head of marketing at a company, right? Because guess what? Everybody's taking advantage of these opportunities regardless of their position. So this helps you also to reach out to a network that you probably never would have been able to reach out to if you didn't put yourself in that position. When I was doing my master's program, I met people in the shipping industry, in customs, in hotel. I mean, all over the place. You don't know who you're going to encounter in these spaces, which is why you have to always put your best foot forward. So when you go to do these classes or these certifications, make sure that you shine bright, right? So that people pay attention to who you are. And then you need to always be grateful. That humility that I talked about earlier, we have to be able to show people that we are grateful and that things don't just happen to us, right? We have to appreciate the spaces that we're in. So you have your teachers, you have your classmates, you have all the people in this club. These are the people that your network starts with, right? And these are the people that you need to hold on to. My friends, I've had my friends from prep school. My best friends I have had from I was 4 years old. They're not going anywhere, right? I found out that I have a lot of friends that are lawyers. I don't know why. High school, my business partner, we've been friends from high school. She's an accountant. I don't know nothing about accounts, right? The relationships that you have now are the ones that you need to focus on capitalizing on, because those relationships are going to help your network grow even faster than before, right? So when you have Rochelle in her class meeting 20 other people, Marisol is in a different class and she's meeting 20 other people, Abigail is in another class and she's meeting 20 other people. When all those 20 people come together, that's what 60 people that you gone already, right? And when Abigail realizes that the relationship that I have with Rochelle is something that is meaningful, you think Abigail going to call Rochelle for anything and Rochelle going to tell her no? No, why? Because that relationship is mutually beneficial. And Abigail knows that Rochelle calls her for anything, she will also be there. Hey, Catherine, I want to be a marketer, a manager, or a leader. I want to be a psychologist and learn a little bit about healthcare and medicine and travel. Absolutely, it's possible. My first degree is in sociology, right? I love people. I love to study people. I wanted to actually go back to do my master's in social work. My mother begged me not to because she knows how I am. I will take home people's children. That's just who I am, right? But guess what? I wasn't able to do social work. So what did I do? I started a mentorship program. So I do my mentorship. So that fills that gap for me. I am a marketer. So I like to take things from nothing and make them into something. And so for me, that's what marketing does for me. It helps me to fill that gap. I'm also a manager and a leader. Why? Because I have a team. Every job that I've had, I have been able, thank God, to create my own team. And even outside of my team, marketing for me has always connected the entire organization. So I work with people in accounting, in distribution, in production. For me, marketing connects every area. So all of those things, Tashana, that you say you want to do is more than capable. But being a leader, and this is a sidebar, guys, is very different from being a manager. And it's important that we all understand that, right? Management and leadership is not the same thing. A leader is somebody that has influence. A leader is somebody that gets people to do things without having to force them to do it. A leader is somebody that shows that they support their team. A leader is somebody that has vision and can execute it. A leader is somebody that helps the team to build themselves, right? Because each member of that team matters. And a leader is somebody that can bring out the best in all of the team, right? A leader is also somebody who is not afraid of work. A leader is somebody who is not afraid to learn. Leaders, you have to be willing to learn every single day, right? So remember that being a manager is very different from being a leader, okay? You don't have to be in a management capacity to be a leader. If you can influence the people around you, you're already a leader, right? You can be anything you want to be in life. Nope, it's not where you come from. It's always about your mindset. Abigail, absolutely 100%, right? And so, guys, I think it's very important for us to be mindful that anything that we set our minds to, There's always a way to accomplish it. You just have to sit down and figure out what that way is, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because that is why building, that's the purpose of building a network. And again, your network, your strongest network, has to do with that inner circle that you have around you. Or I like to call it your advisor board. Each of us are supposed to have an advisor board, right? Because we're a business. Who is on your advisor board? Who are the people that you have around you that are guiding you, that you can bounce ideas off of, that are going to push you when you need to push, that are going to draw you up when you need to draw up, that are going to be willing to find the help for you when you might not be able to help yourself, or they might not be able to help you, right? Those are the people that you need to be focused on creating that network. And again, this social media space or this digital space makes it easy. On Wednesday nights, I have a platform with two of my girlfriends called Emerge. And every Wednesday we do a live on YouTube at 8 o'clock. And we have developed a group of people that come on that live every single Wednesday, some of which we have never met a day in our lives. And if one of them missing any Wednesday, let me tell you, we want to move the whole of the earth to find out what happened to them. There's a young man, his name is Lansdale, and he's your age group. Lansdale just popped up on our timeline, on our chat one day. And from that one day, he has not left us an inch. It was Rochelle's birthday, who is one of my partners, the other day. And you know what he did? He ordered cinnamon rolls from Naomi and sent them to Rochelle for her birthday. We have never met Lansdale a day in our life. You think that Lansdale could have called any one of us for anything I would tell him no? Never. Why? Just because he takes actual interest in what we are and who we are, right? What we're doing and who we are. So you see, you have all these people around you that I'm sure you must find people that inspire you. You find people that encourage you just from being in their space. Terry Carell is one of my girlfriends who I have all the time in the world for, right? Terry have a following there. She call them the John Crows, for any of you that follow Terry. And let me tell you, you see, if any one of them go to Terry or see her on the road, you know, many people walk up to me on the road and say to me, I follow you on Instagram. And I'm just like, oh boy. I hope it's a good reason and that I haven't done anything to disappoint you. But the minute that they say to you, I follow you on Instagram, you have a whole different reaction to them. It's like you feel like they're family already, right? Because now they can talk to you about something that you did that impacted them, right? Okay. Hey, Catherine, any chance you have any ideas of volunteer opportunities in the food service management industry? Okay. So food service is a little bit tricky. For job opportunities, you can email me, April. My email address I'll put in the, I can't comment. So my email address is easy. It's Kathy, CATHY at kathygoodall.com. Easy. And if you go on my thing, I think the email address is there too. So food service is a little bit tricky right now because we know that hospitality is not thriving like it used to be. But I will tell you that I actually have seen jobs being offered in the food service industry because a lot of people are doing catering now. A lot of people are trying to find new and innovative ways to serve. And so you have a lot more customer service or customer-oriented experiences. So for example, you go to Crew and you have people, even though it's low touch, you have a lot of people along the way. So you have somebody that greets you at the door to spray your hands. You have somebody that meets you at the next door that gives you an envelope for you to put your mask in. Then you have somebody else that takes you to your table. So opportunities are still there. You just have to find the right space. But I would tell you to not be afraid to start at the bottom. Because if you think about a network, you go to a company like Crew, right? Crew is owned by some very special people. One is the head of a bank. One is the head of a law firm. One is a director for Dream Entertainment. And one is a restaurateur, right? Who does a lot of events. Now, just knowing those 5 people make your network expand massively because of who they are and the power that they have. And if you can imagine if them like you, and you have the potential now to grow in several different organizations at that point. And that is a group of companies that has 3 restaurants currently and are opening even more. So April, send me your resume. There are lots of job opportunities coming up in this pandemic, and I would also tell you to start your own. Create a job for yourself. Listen, digital is an easy space, and there are lots of platforms that are popping up now that you can actually market yourself on. So just like how you have Upwork and Fiverr, there are a lot of sites coming up in the Caribbean, not just Jamaica, that you can put your services on. So if you write well, offer your services to write. If you do voiceover as well, offer your services to the voiceover. Go teach yourself how to edit and offer it as a service. Like, now is the time. You're doing homeschooling, right? You're working, these classes are online. So you just now need to manage your time properly and be able to create those opportunities for yourself. Let me see. I saw another. All right. So I know I said a lot, but I think, if nothing else, what you get from today is you need to be authentic. You need to spend the time to do your research. Try to open up your perspective, expand your perspective. Think about how you are going to stand out in this noisy world. What does your brand represent? What are you putting forward for other people to see? If any of you want to reach out to me, feel free. I'm usually very responsive on my Instagram. And it's just Kathy Goodall, or Kathy.Goodall, I think is what it is. And my email address is Kathy@KathyGoodall.com. So if you want to send me your resumes, feel free. I'm always looking for good talent, and I always have a lot of people that are looking for good talent. Regardless of your field, it doesn't have to be marketing. But if you send me an email, tell me what your interests are. Don't just send me a resume. Tell me what you want to do, because I have a lot of resumes, right? And sometimes what your skill sets are might not be reflected in your resume. Some of you could be really organized. Right now, I need somebody to come structure my life. And so make sure that you tell me who you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself. If I want to know more, I'll ask you. April says she created a food blog on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to look for you right now. And see, do things that are going to help people to remember who you are, that are going to make you stand out. April says she created a food blog. If you love to eat, food blogging is the way to go. And I'm sure from creating one thing, it will lead to something else, right? If you have an interest in cars, you can start to post about interest in cars. But that interest in cars might help to evolve into something else. It could, it could evolve into cinematography. It could evolve into photography. Right now, every company is trying to get online. So if you can use the time that you have now to cultivate those skills online, whether it is digital marketing, whether it is getting Google certified, whether it's getting Facebook certified, pick one platform and master it. So if it is Facebook advertising, Facebook is still the number one social media platform in Jamaica that people engage on. Don't make nobody tell you nothing else, right? Instagram is for a few. Facebook, everybody have. YouTube, easily accessible, so it could be a platform that you use to create a presence for yourself as well. And of course, guys, a lot of these digital platforms, if you create enough of a presence and you start to develop enough of a following, you can monetize these things, right? YouTube is a prime example of that. If you get 1,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, you can start to generate income for yourself. Why do you think so many vloggers are popping up all over the place? But again, don't just treat it like a business. Treat yourself like a business. Don't just go online and start to do foolishness. On Wednesdays, we actually produce a show. We have to write a script every single week, a running order. Spend some time and invest in it, and so that people can see that you never just wake up one day and decide to do a blog or a vlog. Think about it. If you're posting on your social media, create a calendar of content. What is it that I want to communicate about myself? Right? Make it look like you are a business. And it's not just this random haphazard amount of pictures that you're posting from anything that comes to mind or any adventure that you go on. And it's fine if you're doing a travel blog and that's your focus, then great. Otherwise, when I look at your page, what does your page tell me about you on all of your platforms? If somebody goes to my page, what are the things that I want them to see? I want them to see that I love people. I want them to see that I love God more than anything else in this world, because He is the most important thing to me. I want people to see that I'm a serious businesswoman. I want people to see that I respect myself and I'm not going to leave myself careless any way, right? And if people see those things, I'm good. People that know me in a business space, they get to see my work separately. I don't really showcase my marketing side on my page just because I choose not to. I just, I choose not to. I do have a marketing agency now, so I let the agency do that. They can showcase the work on that page. But my page, marketing to me, I love it, but it's not as important to me as God. It's not as important to me as the people that I love to develop people, and that's more important to me. That's what I'm most passionate about. So if somebody call me about marketing, absolutely, I will engage them. But that's not the first thing I want people to see about me. So what is it that you want people to see about you? I mean, I appreciate that a lot of you are starting your career, but people don't only want to see your capabilities, they want to see who you are. Are you somebody of integrity? Are you somebody that is responsible? Are you somebody that's a good communicator? And you will be surprised that all of these things can be presented on your social media just from the things that you post. So today I'm going to challenge you to go back on your pages and do an audit of all of your social media platforms. What needs to come down, take it down. Okay? Oh, that's wonderful, Shadi. And I am sure that Marisol and the entire executive have a lot more exciting things planned for you guys. When do you go on break?
Well, it depends. Okay, so in December, it's normally final exams, so we try not to have meetings in December.
So see,
pretty soon
right.
we'll be
So we
going
have
on
like
a break.
three more weeks at least for November. So capitalize on it. All the people that came to speak to you for UFMA, that you start to build a network with those people. I am sure that anybody did you want to come? I need to go back and watch that episode because I didn't get to see it. And these are people that have networks of their own. So if you reach out to all of these people and you can, and know you have something to relate to, you message you and I say to him, oh, you came to UFMA and him is a UTECH alumni. So that alone gets you to the door, right? Let me tell you, them cultish and all of them were in the marketing association too. So him, Javed, all of them cultish. So that alone will get you through the door, right? And these are things that if you do enough research, you'll be able to see. And that is a way of connecting with people. Look at what their alma maters are. People love them schools, People love them schools. My cousin said to me, why do I talk about Mona Prep like it's the last school I went to? Because majority of my foundation friends are from there. So anybody come to me and tell me, say them go Mona Prep, the door wide open. If you went to Immaculate for me again, the door wide open, right? Pay attention to the little things about people to find something that connects you to them. It could be, like I said, somebody came to speak to you here. It could be that they went to your school. Just any little thing that you can see that helps you to make a connection with that person, use it. Use it gently, okay? But again, make sure you know what you want to extract out of that relationship, and more importantly, what you can give. And it might not necessarily be to the person that you're trying to get it from, but you should be able to pass on the benefits of that relationship to somebody else. Okay? Is there such a thing as having too much integrity? Never. Today I actually wrote an article about black and white and gray. And I realized that a lot of things are no longer black and white, and too many times we think gray has become a normal for us. And I would challenge all of you to never, ever compromise your integrity for anything, right? Not for a job, not for any amount of money, and not for any relationship, because anybody that is going to put you in a position to compromise your integrity should not be in your life. It's as simple as that. don't be afraid to walk away. And for me, like I say, God is my ultimate, and I believe that if He takes me out of one situation, He will always lead me to a better. Right? Don't be afraid to walk away. I had one of the best jobs I've ever had in my entire life. I was the head of marketing for a very big company, and I walked away from it because my boss sexually assaulted me. That's not something I talk about publicly. And I walked away. I walked away because I was disappointed. I walked away because I knew that I could never respect him in that way ever again. And it's somebody that I had the utmost admiration and respect for. And it was a job that I loved. I mean, to this day, I would still say it's the best job I've ever had. And I walked away from it because at the end of the day, it wasn't even about what you did to me, because I can manage myself. But what about the other people that couldn't speak up for themselves? Don't be afraid to walk away, and do not compromise your integrity for anything. I have a lot of integrity and it annoys people. Tashana, do not care. Again, though, always be respectful. Always be mindful. And guys, this is a rule that I try to live by. It is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat people the way that you would want to be treated. So even if somebody wants you to compromise, the way that you communicate is also important. So be gentle, right? Be strong, but gentle. Don't be disrespectful, right? Because at the end of the day, you talk about defending your integrity, but how you defend your integrity also matters, right? Thanks, Tashana. I know. I'm sorry that it happened to me too, but I'm even more sorry for the people that can't defend themselves against it. So that is it from me. I hope it was useful.
Definitely. You have no idea how blown away I am at. I'm like just receiving, this is me just receiving all this information because it was so very useful, and I appreciate the fact that you were so transparent. I mean, you answered almost all of the questions I came here with. I'm like, oh. But I want the FMA family to know about Emerging, which is a weekly Wednesday webinar, which includes Catherine, Naomi, and Rochelle Cameron. And there was, I watched one last night with Karen Rose, and I think it will be very relevant. I had it on a presentation, but it wasn't coming up. Are you Google? You see, when I heard you start saying it, I'm like, whoa, she hitting the nail on the head. So are you Google? And there was a few points that he made that I want to tell persons. Being you okay. So it's time for people to start building their digital portfolio. Showcase your expertise and speak out on your views. And you mentioned that as well. Write a blog post about something. If you're interested in, for example, connecting, if I'm interested in connecting with Catherine, I go on her videos that she does, and I comment, and I even probably DM her and say, oh, Catherine, you know, you impacted me. Can I suggest this, you know? So it's really good for you to do research, as she said. And what stood out for me, if someone is Googleable more than you are, then they're at an advantage, because we Google everything.
Exactly.
And now is the time for us to build that online presence.
Yeah, so we talk about search engine optimization, right? And what SEO really is the ability to be Googleable, right? So if I write 1 million articles and it's just on my blog, even if nobody reads it, because of the content, people will be able to find me. So if you're starting a blog, again, you know, them have this saying, do as I say and not as I do. I have a blog and I do not post every week. But if you're going to start a blog, be consistent. But be consistent and write about things that really matter to you. Don't just pick a topic and write on it. Think about a focus, because at the end of the day, and you can generate money from a blog, let me just tell you. But what you need to do is be very clear on the demographic that you want to cater to. So if a sponsor comes, right? Lifespan Water. Who is Lifespan's demographic? So if I am writing a blog about beauty, let us just say it's a beauty blog, and it focuses on all areas of beauty, makeup, hair care, wellness, skincare, mental health, whatever it is, it's focused on a particular demographic. And I'm catering now to college students that are female between the ages of 19 and 25, right? If that is the demographic that I'm catering to and I am focused on appealing to them, that is who I connect with. If whether it's 500 followers I have or 5 followers, the way that marketing works now, and a lot of companies are thinking, is she has a specific demographic that she caters to. So if I want those people to start drinking Lifespan water, then I am going to go now and I'm going to hire Tashana because of her blog that has 500 viewers, because that is 500 people that I can now engage to buy my water or to introduce to my water. And that actually becomes more valuable than somebody that has 2 million followers that are all over the place and you don't know who it is that you're talking to. So be very intentional and specific, guys, with who it is that you want to talk to and who it is that you're creating a space for. So if your blog is about, anything, travel to where and who am I targeting? Am I targeting tourists? Am I targeting local people? Who am I targeting and how now do I grow my connection with those people? That is what you need to be focusing on cultivating with your blog. Okay, if you want to monetize it. If it is something that you just want to create a space to be an outlet or a release, feel free to do that too. But just remember again that helps you to be more Googleable. And so whatever you're putting out there, people are going to see. And that is what is going to be a reflection of you.
That's so true. And meetings after meetings, we are reminded that just do what you love, and once the passion is there, ensure that you're bringing out quality in your content and don't watch the amount of views and who is watching, so to speak. Just know that somebody out there is watching you, and you may never know.
Exactly.
I wanted to, oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Go ahead. Oh,
I
I
was just
wanted
saying that today somebody sent me a profile for a young lady and just said, look at this girl's profile. We're looking for a graphic artist for something. And he was like, we don't know her. We just went on Instagram and we're looking through, and he saw it and sent it to me and said, here, call her.
wow,
Yeah.
quality.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I wanted to ask you. All right, so I know that you do the webinar with Naomi and Rochelle. How is it that you guys were able to network, to like come together? And also, was it hard for you to like get the guest speakers, because you guys get some really busy people, Garfield, Terry Carell. So how is that like for you?
So the first question was, how did we come together?
Right.
All right. So the three of us, I've been friends with both of them. I've been friends with Naomi from high school. Actually, our parents used to work together, so we have a history. And then Rochelle, I honestly cannot tell you how Rochelle came into my life. She just kind of appeared one day and has not gone since. When you just see somebody all the time and like you have a mutual respect for that person, they know who you are, you know who they are, and you kind of just feel like them is your friend long time, but you don't really know them. That was me and Rochelle. And one day, I was speaking at We Inspire, and Rochelle just came up to me and she said to me, you're going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see you. And she just started to pour into me and to encourage me. And that was probably the first real conversation we ever had, right? One day I was talking to Naomi and I said to her, I'm so sick of all of these motivational seminars that are happening all over the place, because people go there and there's a place for them. People go there and they feel good, but then what? What happens after that? So I want to create a space that actually helps people to figure out their next steps. So if it is that I need to build my confidence, how do I do that? If I need to be able to network, how do I do that? If I need to be able to fix my LinkedIn page to create, to stand out, how do I do that? And so Naomi said, I was just talking to Rochelle about exactly that. And I said, oh, Okay, so I called Rochelle. This was a Friday, and I said to her, Naomi and I are coming to your house on Monday. And we went to her house on a Monday. I told her what I wanted to do, and she's like, I'm in. And both of them said, I'm in. And we sat down and we were thinking about names, and I said Emerge, and they just said, I love it. And so Emerge was formed. The first conference that we did literally was 3 weeks in the making. With Rochelle, this was December, sorry. And you know, December, Christmas time, everything shut down, right? So the whole of December, nothing happened. And in January, Rochelle said, I'm speaking at an event, and I'm going to announce at the event that we're doing Emerge. I said, are you crazy? We have nothing planned. And sure enough, Naomi said, let's do some business card size flyers. And we did that. We got a logo done. We put the Emerge logo on it. And on the back was a bit form that people could go to fill out a form to get more information. They might kill me for telling the story. Anyway, so she made the announcement on the stage. People flocked us after that. And we got so many people signed up for registration that we never know what to do with ourselves. Anyway, I went to book a venue the following day. And everything kind of just happened. I will say it is the grace of God that brought us together, and God that has brought us to this point. He has guided us through the entire process and has gotten us to where we are. Detour Essentials started in COVID when we had to pivot and think about, are we going to just stop doing Emerge, or are we going to continue to help people? Because that's why we started it. So how can we help people now in the digital space at a time when people have lost hope and people are going through their stuff? How can we be a support to them at that time? And so our first episode was actually about mental wellness. And because at that time, we felt like our mental wellness was the most important thing, because people were going through so many transitions. And if you're not mentally strong and you don't have the right support system, it can break anybody. And so we thought that that's where we should have started. And then as COVID evolved, so did we. And we started to go back to what we thought was important, which was, how do people now become unstuck in a time of COVID? So if you have to pivot, how do you pivot? If you have to leave your work and start something new, how do you do that? If you have to shift your business model a little bit, how do you do that? And so we started to think about people who had done that in those spaces. How did we get these people on? Again, I'm grateful for my network. So majority, if not all of the speakers that we've had are people that one of us have very good relationship with, or all of us for some of them. And so we just ask and they just say yes. So we're grateful, you know. These are people that we've developed relationships with over time. You talk about Terry Carell. Terry was our host for our first Emerge Summit. Terry is somebody who I call for almost every event that I have. She's the MC, because I just think that she's the best at what she does. Garfine, who is one of my closest friends, you know, and I had to actually use them against each other. So I call him first, and then I call her, and then I said, Terry, say yes. And I tell Terry, Garfine say yes already. So them couldn't tell me no. So, you know, again, I'm just grateful for the network that I have. And the reason that my network is so strong is because I am able to always add value to my relationships, just as much as I might extract value from them.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
All right, so any questions, guys, from the members?
Sade said, She wants some software applications that can help her work to be more appealing. Like April said, Canva for me is my best friend. I use Canva for everything. I am not a graphic artist in any way, shape, or form. And for the things that I need an actual graphic artist for, I have plenty of them on call. You guys are in college. I'm sure you have a million graphic artists around you. And sometimes it's about, again, using your network to collaborate. Collaboration is something that I would encourage all of you to do at this time. All of you have different skill sets, right? And you need to capitalize on each of your skill sets. One of you might be good with people. One of you might be good at marketing. One of you might be good at creating a vision but can't execute it. Who are the people around you that can help you to execute? You know, a lot of us in Jamaica have this mentality that you want to hide everything that you're doing and you don't want to tell nobody because you don't want them copy your idea. Foolishness, right? You have to have an abundance mindset. It's about there is enough for all of us. And if you structure it properly, it's either you're going to have enough or nothing. So if you hide it for yourself and you hug it up, you know, John Maxwell, who is my mentor and coach, he has this analogy where he talks about people that like to hold things and be mean and stingy, and you have up everything in your hand and you don't want to share it, right? So you hide it, and when you hide it, you're clenching it so tightly in your face that you cannot receive anything. Because in order to receive, what you have to do? You have to open up your hand, right? So when you open your hand now, it allows free flowing movement of giving and receiving, as opposed to you trying to hold on to anything, because if you hold on to it, you can't receive anything else. So you need to have a mentality of abundance, but also be very careful of who you're letting into your space. So if April is going to create a restaurant, a menu, right? And somebody can cook. April can create the menu. Marisol can cook. Sade can market it. Whatever the case is, but make sure that you guys are aligned. And look, friend is good, but business is business. So have it in writing and always have an exit strategy, because business and friend don't always mix. So make sure that when the business is done, the friendship can last, right? So be structured and be clear on who is responsible for what. Be clear on, you know, what the exit strategy is if it doesn't work out. But I would say that communication is always the most important thing, because we don't all have it together at all times, right? And even though I might be good at marketing, that don't mean that I'm going to be firing at all times. So I should also know who I can reach out to for help. And if I am going to be in business with any of you, you guys must also understand that we have to support each other, right? And everything can just be, oh, marketing is Catherine's responsibility, so anything in marketing, Rochelle and Naomi not interested. Can't be that, because it's our business, right? And marketing could be something as simple as sending it to your family and friends to tell them, this is the menu that we have today, order, right? So creative concepts. Okay, I will look. Thank you. See, look how much things I'm getting from you guys today. Create.
Right, Kathleen. And even as you mentioned, the whole thing about, you know, having positions and it's not entirely you're going to be, you know, doing that thing. Immediately our exec team came to mind. Like, even though it is out, you have team PR, you have team social media, you have the president, vice president, everybody always tries to chip in. So it's not like, okay, fine, one thing is on one person at all times. So that's really something that FMA really stands for. And we really appreciate that. Also, when you mentioned Emerge having to like change to a virtual platform, like honestly, at first, UTECH FMA is known for meeting up overshared every Thursday, and you know the vibe is there and everything. So when it is that we say, all right, fine, we're in summer, COVID is still here, okay, this is getting real, all right, and fine. We realized that we had to have like a different strategy altogether. So we realized that, okay, fine, now we have to be using up the WhatsApp group more, or Instagram, and we really had to be making sure that our members are still involved, because at the start they're asking us questions like, all right, how meeting I go keep, you know, stuff like that. So for us it was like, all right, what are we going to do? Right? But at the same time, we knew that we had a responsibility to ensure that, okay, fine, we're getting the speakers out to them, we're pushing them, we're helping them to build their brand. So I really appreciate those points, because immediately it reminded me of FMA.
Absolutely. And the reality is that, I mean, it's great that you guys have an executive that actually cares, because they could have easily have said, Cho, we can't bother. So the fact that they are taking the time to make the connections and to pour into you guys, make sure you're all very grateful. Yes, Abigail, John Maxwell is my favorite too. I read his books, all of them. I probably have all of them here. But yes, he is amazing. So thank you guys for having me. It was great, and I really hope that it was useful.
Yes, Catherine. Of course, we are so happy to have you, and we finally
I
got you. Yes,
know. I'm sorry.
but we understand. And so, to further extend our thanks to you, we have a certificate for you.
Oh,
Alicia, take it
Yes.
away.
You just saw it pops up just now. Okay, Catherine, we'd like to say a big thanks on behalf of the FMA family, of course. We've, we weren't going to give up on you. We knew the schedule, we knew everything like that. But we really appreciate it. It was definitely worth the wait. And I'm pretty sure that the members can agree with me on that. So thanks again for your time. Thanks again for always being that dedicated person you are. And as such, you're able to deliver at every single time. So here's our like virtual, token of appreciation.
you
I will
better
be
email
emailing.
me that.
Yes,
Let me have to go.
definitely. Yes, definitely. So thanks again, Catherine, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye. Take care.
Right. Tashana just messaged me.
Whoa,
Right? Whoa.
that was lovely. That was lovely. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was very informative, and I hope you learned something from it. I think this meeting was wow. I'm lost for words, and even for me, I'm thinking of like taking a look back. I feel like just sitting in my room doing some reflection and saying, what is it that
Being
I am going
Googleable.
to?
Yeah, that's
What
it.
is it that I need to do more of right now? I think I'm
Yeah.
going to work on not think. The help of God, I'm going to work on my personal brand with the help of Felicia, of course, who has always been my strong support team. One off, so right.
That's true. Definitely. And guys, we really have to be Googleable. I've never know that, that term they really stick with me for sure. Really stick with me. So guys, I really hope that this is not just something we leave here, but we actually take it with us and apply it to that brand that we're building.
Okay, guys, so we have come to the end of another insightful meeting. We want to tell you guys thanks for coming out. I know this week is very rough. We have a lot of work, a lot of assignments, but you still managed to come and to support us and to just be educated. And we are thankful for you guys, and we appreciate you guys so much. So again, thank you guys. We love you all, and stay safe. And yeah.
Also, guys, one more thing. Yes, guys, remember to sign the register.
Right. Bye.